Welcome to the W.T.F, Where's the Focus podcast. I'm going to bring you a weekly short message on where you put your focus as it relates to sales and building successful business relationships. Knowing where your focus goes, your energy flows. I'm Dan Manginelli, the author of the books Wake Up, Jumpstart the Life You've Always Had in Mind, and Shake It Up, Big Dreams and Bold Choices on the Road to Success. A national speaker on staying motivated and inspired with the right mindset and coach top salespeople around the nation. So let's get going with WTF.
Welcome to Where's the Focus podcast. I'm Dan Manginelli, and working the board and sitting over there helping work the board is Big E and Victor. Did we push record this time, Victor? Is it?
We did.
Yes, you did. You got record this time? This might be the take two or so. I just, it's great when you actually can record the podcast. I'm just saying, you're really good with the headphones and you're really good at the microphone. Not so much on the record. Just saying for there. So thank you at our janky studio here at WTF. Thank you guys for listening to episode 3. We're getting better, man. I think I'm up to 11 people now. So I got 11 fans out there. Being that we just figured out how to get up to YouTube, it makes it better. 1% better every week, boys. That's our goal. 1% small victories. We're going to double our followers. What do you boys? You guys in? You all right? We're going to look at the nods there. Oh, we got an applause. Is there applause recording though? Is it actually just in my headset? Oh man, yes, good to know. Hey, as you guys know, again, we're going to get 1% better and get some more followers. I do kind of a short video on my socials. It's called 60 Seconds to Success. They're small little tidbits of small things that happen, how to take action and what to do. I enjoy doing them, and they're pretty easy. It's in front of a camera, and it's a topic that I would know. I don't have a script or anything, but if I screw it up and I don't like it, it's okay. We just hit delete, and I can record it again. Well, kind of not so much here at the Where the Focus Studios. We're working on the record button and how the buttons and the knobs work on there. So we don't edit very much. So you're going to get a run through, even though how it sounds and what we're doing. So I learned a lot about myself doing the podcast and my abilities of last week. For even though the 11 people that might have watched it let me know a lot about myself. And the criticism is great. It's the only way I'm going to get better if people can tell me what I'm doing wrong. So let me tell you the things I learned about myself. Number 1, I make words up. Just random words. Straight, just make them up. They don't have a meaning. It's kind of a word. It's sort of a word. And it has the word in it. But it just sounds like something that should be a word. So I just put them in a sentence sometimes. Found that about myself, listening back and hearing the feedback. So I just say them. So that's it. Second is, for a long, long period of time, I wore a suit and a tie. It was kind of my Superman cape of getting in ready for the day. I'm going to kill it in a suit, and I'm going to look at my power suit and what it is. I can't wear a tie. Why, you ask? If you've ever seen the movie Talladega Nights, that first interview with Ricky Bobby, he basically says, I don't know what to do with my hands. And he keeps moving his hands all around. I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Well, that's what I felt looked like on screen there. I was stroking my tie like I was petting the tail of a cat. I don't know. It was just kind of over. I made a nervous tick. That was I'd rather have that. So, needless to say, I don't believe I'm going to be getting a call from Joe Rogan anytime soon to say, hey, can you be on my podcast? Because you are killing it with your 11 followers. But today we're going to get 1% better. That is our goal, is what we're going to do. We're in week 4 of the month of June, coming off the heels of Father's Day. That's right, Father's Day. Found my new favorite holiday. And yes, I found out because our Googling team over there realized when I said, I don't think Father's Day is a holiday. And I guess it is considered a holiday. I think it's just a day, but it's okay. Either way, the research team here dug deep into that tough thing where you put in, is Father's Day a holiday, and spit it right back out there. At least you'll gave me exactly what I. So I got the full great treatment for Father's Day. I loved it. I wrote it in a post, and I'm the lucky one. I'm really the lucky one that my wife puts up with me. I'm blessed that I get the kids I have, and I'm really blessed that she handles and puts up with me as I kind of talk some more about what the podcast. So this week's podcast, as we kind of roll through, I'm going to focus on how we start our day and how the things that other people do affect us, their actions or setbacks, and what it does to our day, our week, our month, sometimes our year, and how we handle them. And I believe all of us know this, and you're going to say the same thing. No one can affect my actions or setback. It can't impact me. I'm in control of me. I control me. No one else can say that. Well, I do believe that, but I also believe in some other things that, this is my therapy doing this and me learning each week and getting better as the 1%. That's why we do this, because I think we all together have the same issues of getting through things. And I was on traveling. We just add words as we go to there. So I was traveling last week doing my How to Move with the Market seminar. Seminar educating real estate agents and the real estate community on the housing, what's happening with housing, what's happening with interest rates, and perceptions, what's happening with the 30, 35 years of experience of being on the side of the finance, kind of giving an aspect of what's going on. So in my travels, in the hotels, I usually don't get put up at the Four Seasons, right? Kind of a low budget, I guess, there, guy. We'll put you up in the regular business hotels as I get put up on. And you all know the one. It's probably usually one step below like a Courtyard, but you know the one. It's the one that has 3 floors, usually has a free breakfast buffet in some way in the mornings, and it has that air conditioner on the wall of your room. That one. Sometimes it's digital, but majority of the time you turn the knob. And it says hot, cold, high, low. And that's what you get for air conditioning and heater. So you all know what I'm talking about. And as you've heard me say many times, I've written in my book that I'm just kind of not wired right. So even when I travel, especially when I'm traveling for business, but even when I'm on vacation or just take a night with my wife when we go on a staycation, it just does not make her happy by no means, because even in the West Coast, East Coast, Central, whatever time frame is, I wake up at 4:15. Kind of annoying, I'm sure, for her, but it's where I have to keep to my consistency because it keeps me sane. So I wake up at 4:15. I read, I write, I pray, and then I go off to the gym to get my head right and do a little small, pretty good workout to get the day started. That's just how I'm able to keep my sanity in some way. So now at a lot of these fine establishments, I'm only usually one in the gym that early. There's not many people that go to the gym. And most of the gyms are the same. They have like one treadmill, one stationary bike, a yoga mat that's been there for quite some time, rolled up, kind of falling apart. And it's about not great with space. So about 500 square feet. Small room in a space that you put too much stuff into a small room. And most of the time they have kind of in the corner a water jug, or a jug in some cases like a Sparklet jug, where you can get water as you're working out in a small little room. And it has kind of sometimes a TV that's usually one of those old ones that they strap to the wall, or one with the 3 or 4 channels that's an old screen monitor for your computer that's like 27 or 30 inches for a screen monitor, and you get like 3 or 4 channels. So at this one last week, it's a particular one I've stayed at before, so I knew what to expect and I knew what was going to happen. And as I opened the door, I take my water bottle, the same thing in the routine in the morning, that I drink so much water. I bring the bottle down with me, and I go and put it down underneath the little water jug, and I pull the lever down, and nope, out of water. Nope, no water in there. As I rattled the top and pushed it towards me, I get a little water. No, the jug was empty. And rather than walk to the front desk, which they're not going to be there usually that early, you ring a bell or you have to call someone. There's a number on the front there. I told you, 5 stars hotels there. So, and say that they're out of water. I figure, you know what, Dan, you can just power through. You can get water as soon as you're done. You can head back up when before you have to go to your seminar. You can do that. So I started the treadmill. I grabbed the TV remote and I turned on the TV. And the little thing, hops up and down. If you've seen it before, it says no signal. No signal, no signal, no signal. So a little higher frustration, but I have my phone, right? And I have my earpods and my headset. I'll be fine. I'll listen to a podcast as I usually do anyways. ESPN might be on the background, but I'm listening to a podcast, 99% of the time I'm either running or working out. So it'll be fine. Only to keep it the little spinny thing, keep going round and round and round and round, because in the basement where the gym is located has bad reception, and I forgot to download any podcasts. So you're watching it spin around, and no podcast. So still staying on medium meltdown mode. I'll just run, collect my thoughts. I've done it before. You can do this, Dan. And, it's been a while, but I'll do this sort of kind of meditation, right? I'll meditate on my run, which is not really easy for a kid with high-powered, ADD. You start out thinking about the waves and the dolphins, and it turns into the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition from 1998, right? And it gets stuck there, and you're there for quite some time, and that's your meditation of page 19 of whoever it was in 98. Yeah, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Others just saying, what are you talking about? Dan? Okay, so now it's about 5 in the morning, and I'm halfway through my run. I hear the door open behind me, and the wafting smell of bacon, thinking, whoa, this is it. I got room service in the gym. What's going on? They're bringing me breakfast. No, that wasn't it. Gal came in with a styrofoam box full of breakfast. Eggs, bacon, breakfast sandwich, and some hard-boiled eggs, which always smells so great early in the morning like that. Well, wait a second, Dad. How do you know that was in the box? You have the best sense of smell. No. Because the stationary bike that she was sitting on, that she sat down, is about 2 feet away from the treadmill, right? So it's not that far. It's right up next to me, as you can only believe and you can see in your head. So not only could I smell it, but I could see it. And it's still okay. I'm going to keep my focus. I got 45 minutes left until I'm done. Except, and she made a phone call on speakerphone. That's right, on speaker. As she slowly pedaled, not even like to get a sweat, just kind of like to make the thing go on, and sometimes maybe even went off. So she ate her breakfast, and I could hear the whole conversation with her sister. Well, how do I know it's her sister? Again, I'm 2 feet away, and she said, "How's Mom and Dad doing?" And it was a woman on the other end, so I can figure that it was her sister. So with a mouthful of food, and I'm guessing that when you're on speakerphone, if anybody's done that before, I guess you have to yell really, really loud because people can't hear you because the microphone must be on these phones are really bad. So as she's yelling, eating breakfast, now the voice in my head is screaming all the things that I should say. You guys have been there, right? You say, "Oh, you know what I'm going to say? You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do, right?" It's back with what the hell am I doing in this 10 by 10 box working out? This sucks. It all sucks. You suck. I want out. We've all been there, right? I don't know if anybody's seen that episode of Seinfeld, the episode where Elaine's in the subway and everybody's just cramming her and pushing her and she's screaming, having this inner dialogue in her head and just tell all the things that she wants to say and do. That was me. That was me. And that's what's happening. So I figured I'd fix it. I'll fix this. I looked at her and I waited till, as I could hear everything she was saying, I waited till her sister was giving a break in there with the conversation and listening to all the reasons why she hated her husband and he's a really bad guy. And it was loud as I did. So I said to her, "Good morning. How are you doing?" Only to be looked at with a fork in one hand and the other pointing at her phone with that whisper that we've all done. I'm on the phone. Followed by me saying, "Yeah, I know. So I thought that would do it. I thought she would go, "Oh, I guess he could hear my conversation, smell my food, and really is upset about having to be in a 10 by 10 box while I eat and talk to my sister." Well, no dice. Conversation and breakfast, full steam ahead. We got sound effects here at the W.T.F. Where's the Focus podcast. We are killing it. We can't hit record, but boy, can we get sound effects. That is great. Applause for the timing. The timing of the sound effects. We're going to get up. We'll have 12 followers by tomorrow. I'll tell you what. All right. So you might think, "Dad, why didn't you just leave?" You could have done. That's what a normal person would do. They would just get frustrated and leave and put themselves out of the situation. But my high-powered OCD wouldn't let me do that. I couldn't cut my workout short because really if I cut my workout short, that will really put me out of whack. I have a premise that, you compromise your principles one time, it makes it easier and easier next time. So it's hard for me just to get that where I'm going to finish this and no one's going to stand in my way to do it. Again, I'm not saying I'm wired right. I'm just saying that's where I stay and that's where I keep my consistency. And that would have been the right thing to do. So, but the case is, it went the way it did. So I'm going to ask any of you, have you ever had the start of your day that just stunk? Car wouldn't start, right? Flat tire when you walk out. Forget your keys to the office. I've done that more than once when you get there and you can't get in. Have a fight with your spouse on the way out. Yeah, right? And they kind of just put you in a funk for the day because you're having this inner dialogue of what you should have said and had you said it. And by the end of the day, you're thinking about how am I going to apologize so I can get back in the house, right? Yeah, that happen? Or fight with your kids on the way out the door or when you're dropping them off because they won't talk to you. So then all of a sudden you get in a fight how they're not talking. If you get teenage kids like I do, you know what I'm talking about. Or you forget the younger one's lunch, right? And you leave it there and it's set out and it's on the counter, right? And you already dropped her off, which means you have to drive all the way back 20 minutes to bring back her lunch. It's happened. So those are just some of mine. I'm sure you all have your own. Each day is like a challenge of our sanity, right? A test on how we overcome setbacks. And there's not much in life we can do to control that. Well, face it, most of the things we just can't control. What we can control is our reactions and our responses and how we allow them to affect us. When you have a mishap or a mental setback, You can call and text as many people as you can and let them know how your day was ruined. It started my day off and it was ruined by this breakfast eating, slow pedaling, loud talker. You could have done that, but there's no benefit in that. Doing it and reliving it each time, and with the pain that you have, your subconscious mind pulls those feelings right back to where you were and pulls that screaming inner voice and that dialogue just where you were in that room and could have put me back there where you're going, ah, and you're not out of it just by kind of reliving it and talking about it over and over. The small mishaps that happen along the way that you allow to creep in and let your day start like that just happens. And you start thinking, this is the worst day ever. This is the worst Thanksgiving. This is the worst it's ever going to be. But you control how you react to every situation. And if you're looking for the stuff to go wrong, trust me, you're going to find a whole bunch. It's easy. It's easy to find. You know why? Because life is hard. And having the ability to laugh at a situation that you don't control can be a real gift. Now, the key is to put this into play. How do we do that? I'd hope that we all focus the next time others try to steal your smile, invade your headspace, or just be straight out rude when there's just so many people that are. Say to yourself, it's not a big deal, and I'm not going to allow them to ruin my day. Charles Swindoll had a great quote. See, just making words up as I go. I had a great quote. Life's 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. Because there's so much that happens to you. It's really how you react to it. Look, find the humor in all the things that come at you. For me, I found the humor in thanking God I wasn't that sister's husband on that speakerphone because, man, she had a laundry list of reasons why she hated him. And it's a sad way to go through life. But I could allow the bike riding, loud talking eater to really put fire on my negativity, or I can laugh. I was able to laugh when I left. And I said bye. And I said, say bye to your sister too, because it was funny. My seminar went great. My crowd was awesome. The reception was great. I could have let it affect that and even rolled into that, but it went great. Now it's just a funny story rather than a destroying of a day story. And that's what you want to make it. Don't react. Find a way to laugh, because most of it's not that big of a deal. This one wasn't an easy one this week, but trust me, something this morning you just didn't go your way. You forgot something or you had a fight, it just didn't go your way. You could hold on to it and have an effect on how you treat others, or you can just laugh and make it a funny story for your day. So have some laughs. Make this week count and smile a little bit more. Do me a real big favor, follow me on YouTube. The page is Daniel Manginelli. There might be two because we still haven't figured out here on the W.T.F how to consolidate it into one. Might be too much. Follow the one that actually has Where's the Focus podcast on it. So if you're watching there and you want to see some video of the shininess on my head, you can watch it. Subscribe and like, and it really helped me out if you shared it. Please do so. I need to need to double my followings to 12 people this week or whatever it be. But let's try to crank it up. 1% better, boys. That's what we're working on. You can get this podcast wherever you get your podcast. Do me also a big favor. Check that little checkbox on the top right-hand corner of your podcast. That'll actually have you follow it. It'll really help me out. Review it if you'd like. Give me your feedback. I'm open to any feedback to make this better, and really, really not going to hurt my feelings. It only helps on any criticism anybody has. Follow me on my socials, Instagram, DJMan3 on Instagram, Facebook, Daniel Manginelli, LinkedIn, Daniel Manginelli. You'll find a lot on the 60 Seconds to Success on those, as well as we'll start supporting the podcast. You can get a copy of my latest book, Shake It Up, Big Dreams and Bold Choices on the Road to Success, there on manginelligroup.com on the resource tab. Again, I'd love to have your feedback. Hey, stay tuned, guys. We're going to have some great guests coming up. As soon as I get 12 followers, maybe I'll be able to convince some people to come on here. But we're going to have some people from the music industry, some athletes, some former NFL athletes, some other people in sales and different industries, knowing that we're all together in how we have to overcome adversity and how we have to just feel on each day and the things that happen. We're all the same. It might be a different thing. You might not have a slow pedaling, loud talking, breakfast eating person next to you 2 feet, but it was something. So More to follow on that. Blessed you got to take the time with me today. Go have fun and make some dreams come true.